Alright guys, welcome to another short video from the ASUS ROG Summer 2013. This is actually the second take that we do for this because I was not really a smart boy. I recorded the entire video and I forgot to turn the microphone on, so we talked for about like 5 to 10 minutes and then I realized that something was missing there and now it should be fine. So we're currently in the VIP area, one of the VIP areas that we have for the players. It's right opposite from the area where the players are gonna set their gear up then later on. We have like coffee machine and fridge, everything over here is actually pretty cozy. What you can't see, because they're currently the blinds on, is that outside there's the huge ice hockey arena. We are in one of the ice hockey stadiums that we have in Helsinki. And right on the other side of the arena, you will have the big main stage then later on, which we are going to use for the finals as well. And of course here with Idra, we're going to cast the tournament this weekend. We just want to talk a little bit about what's going on within the next few days. For us, it's going to be pretty awesome that we actually get to watch the next round of the OSL, the semifinals, WCS Premier League in Korea, before we are starting with our own matches. We talked a little bit about it earlier. Your prediction for Rain versus Bomber? Rain versus Bomber.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think Rain's going to win. I'm a bit of a Rain fanboy. I really think that his style compared to all the other Protosses is much more like enjoyable to watch and more kind of respectable. He's very much so a very solid, safe defensive actually, which I didn't think you could really do with Protoss macro player. So I think him relative to all the other Protosses he impresses me a lot. But Bomber is very well. At this point, he's very deserving of a championship. He's been around and been performing well for so long.
I really hope that he's going to do. I feel like he deserves to like win one of the big tournaments right now, and this kind of is his season. I'm afraid that if he doesn't win it right now, he never will. So I'm really hoping for him to take it, even though I think that probably Rain versus Maru, from the matchup point of view, would be the better one. But I mean, we talked about it yesterday. He said that you would expect a stomp out of Rain going up against Maru.
I kind of do, but I don't know. Bomber might stomp him too, but I definitely think Rain would beat him. I really think that whoever wins Rain versus Bomber is going to win the whole thing.
Yeah. On the other hand, Maru of course took out Innovation with 4, which nobody really expected.
I guess you can't really predict his results anymore.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. But we have pretty cool gamers here at the venue in Helsinki as well. We talked a little bit about Hyun coming here, who's on the same plane as actually myself and also San. So Hyun is really eager to win the tournament here. He was talking the entire time about how he wants to be the champion this time. And we have a couple of other Korean players. I mean, we're focusing a little bit on the Koreans here. Of course, we have also a couple of good Europeans, but I feel the Koreans, once again, favorite to take the tournament.
Yeah, I don't know. Hyun, I would say, would have to be my favorite. He's just been performing so well, winning the DreamHack, got second in MLG. And everyone's always known that he's been a really good player, and now it seems like any kind of offline jitters he had or any kind of performance anxiety is completely out the window. Like when you have that kind of run, the confidence just builds so much on how good you are as a player to begin with.
He just lost against Puck on the other hand in WCS.
You can't really count a loss to Puck. Like if you don't know how Puck plays, then you're probably going to lose to Puck.
Well, he wasn't too happy with that. He actually talked about it quite a lot when we were at the airport, and he was like, why? Couldn't really understand it himself. But as it is, he has a chance to win the tournament here in Finland now. So we're going to show you the venue later on also a little bit, just a bit of a quick tour. Not quite sure if the microphone picks that up, but you have actually
playing piano.
Yeah, they're playing piano now.
I'm not even sure where that's coming from.
Probably testing this. I think it's outside. I think it's the main stage. They're probably testing like.
If they're actually playing piano, or if they're just putting it through the speakers.
I have no idea. Whatever it is, it's not what I expected. Last time they blasted like heavy metal through the speakers the entire time.
We are in Finland. You kind of expect that.
Yeah, I expected that, but not the piano. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, going into the tournament, your personal favorite match for the finals?
I'd kind of like to see Hyun versus Teja. MC, of course, would always be fun to see in that situation too, but I think Hyun versus Teja would be better games. Not sure, any of the Koreans. I really like DRG too. Like we talked about, he hasn't really had the same success he used to. He hasn't been, I don't know if he's even been going to foreign tournaments, and in WCS Korea he's kind of stuck in the Challenger League, just losing in the Challenger League for the last 2 seasons. So we haven't seen a ton of him, and he's not the best Zerg in the world by any means anymore, but it'd be really cool to see him play well again.
But it's a pretty high profile player, so I mean he has his name out there, so it would be nice to see him come back just to find back to his old form. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Actually, there's a lot of players like that here. I feel like Teja, MC, probably MC as well. He hasn't been competing in WCS Korea, so it's harder to put like a label on his performance. But there's a lot of those players who used to be, the best or almost the best, and they're now kind of still good, still competitive, but
I would actually like to see MC in the finals. That would be pretty cool. I mean, my matchup would be MC going up against TLO. That's like the dream matchup that I have. I don't really think that's going to happen, but it would be pretty cool just to see it from a story point of view, where you have Europe going up against Korea once again. Then you have TLO, who's doing really, really well like the past few weeks and months, up against MC, who's like always one of the fan favorites.
Yeah, TLO is probably one of the most deserving players here of actually a finals appearance, just given how well he's been playing, and the fact that, you know, he gets so far that he then ends up running into a good Korean and getting knocked out in round of 4 or round of 8 or whatever. So him in the finals. And I actually think him versus MC would be a pretty good matchup for him, because MC, he's just so timing rush oriented, and Swarm Host play is such a good counter to that, and TLO is a smart enough player to absolutely see that and say, this is what MC does. This is a really good counter to it. I'm going to abuse that.
TLO had like some couple of really crazy builds where he was like behind losing the third and then using his Swarm Host timings to actually come back into the game and taking it. So it's a pretty exciting style if you have someone who uses those timings. I feel like he tries to vary his style a little bit these days, but you never know what to expect.
And you still don't see him really go for any kind of late, like, he varies it a lot. He's really good at all of the different timing builds, and that's why he's always been able to get away with playing that aggressive. But Swarm Hosts kind of changed that all around. If you do any kind of 2 or 3 base aggression, unless you actually hit before the Swarm Hosts come out, then you're not really going to do all that much. So I really feel like if TLO just reads him well enough, I wonder if they can hear that.
No, they're just overdoing it. They probably only hear the music and not even us talking. You've been here as a player before, a year from 1 year ago. How do you like the venue and like the proximity to the audience here?
I really like ASUS because I won the ASUS ROG thing back like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Good memories.
And then last year,
not that trumpets.
It's a horn.
I don't even know.
We have a fucking orchestra out there. But yeah, the setup here is really cool because it's well, I mean, we always call it the cave, but if you haven't actually seen it yet, it actually is like a cave that they have the little practice area in. Not a cave, but it looks like a cave. So that's kind of cute. And then the setup is just very close.
Okay, now they're just trolling us. I hope you can hear that.
Otherwise, it looks really silly for us to just sit here pausing.
They can definitely hear that.
I hope so. But yeah, it's a kind of a smaller venue because we obviously have the ice hockey arena where all the big matches happen and the big spectators come in. So the actual player area is kind of small and the fans can get right up next to you. And so it's a very personal experience with them. But it's also, it's like set up so that they're always behind you. It's set up so like they're not in the edge of your vision or anything. Like, and that gets kind of annoying at DreamHacks and IEMs where you catch people at the side of your eye and like they're taking pictures of you and stuff. That can be kind of distracting. But here that's not really an issue, so just a very nice experience for the fans.
Well, we're going to definitely give you a little bit of a shot of how exactly it looks like at the venue, and that's going to come up next. So the plan is to like to provide you with a few videos over the course of the next few days. Right now we have a little bit of time on our hands, so it's quite easy to record these initial ones. I'm not quite sure if you really have the time within the next 2 days to get all the content out there that we really would like to provide you with, because we have a pretty tight schedule here, but we're definitely going to try. And yeah, it's kind of it, just for a start. I'm really excited to cast with you. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this is it for now, and we're going to show you the video a little bit later on, so stay tuned and see you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Fucking horn.
Dude, that's going to be so